Oh, Savannah, I'm up here. Alright, so that was meant to be a not so funny joke, and actually I was planning on doing the entire video with the camera pointed at my chest, but then I decided against it after seeing James's video, which, by the way, I imagine all of you have seen, but if you haven't for some odd reason, then I'm gonna put a link somewhere. So before I begin, I just want to say that, James, I agreed with most everything you said yesterday. I just say that because there's no way in hell I could respond to all the points you made in your video without this video being like 15 minutes long. Anyways, with that being said, I feel like I'm a really bad person for saying this, but I definitely value the physical aspects of a relationship more than you do. I do have my reasons for this though, and I don't know, you still might think I'm really shallow, but just hear me out. Honestly, what you said about having someone to open up to, yeah, I don't really consider that to be the definition of a relationship. Alright, sure, it's definitely part of the definition of a relationship, but for me, it's also part of the definition of friendship. And maybe this is just me being an open person. Alright, I guess you could also argue that I'm just not that interesting as a person, but for personal reasons, I choose to believe that I'm an open person. And I am. I try to be. Really, there are only like two, maybe three things that I don't readily tell people. I mean, sure, I don't tell everybody everything, but that's not even the point. The point is, as good as openness is, I don't think it's enough to call a relationship in this sense of the word. There definitely has to be something else. And when I ask myself what else needs to be there, of course the first thing I jump to is emotion. And you talked about this in your video as well, and you did a very good job. But my horribly unromantic opinion of all this is that that's not quite enough either. I mean, I'm sure we've all been in the position of liking someone who didn't like us back. Now let's take that situation and extend it and say that the person you do like likes you back, but there are some factors like family or distance or anything else you can think of that prevent you from seeing each other. There are definitely things you can do like video chat or talk on Skype, but really at that point, how is it different than just talking to a normal friend? So far as I can tell, the difference is that you're both now in the very painful situation of wanting to date someone you can't. I mean, I suppose you could just say that, hey, we both like each other and we talk a lot, so therefore we're going out, but I don't really see much point in that, personally. And I suppose it would be good for me to point out that that's my problem with a long-distance relationship. I mean, by the time you're going out with someone, I should hope that you trust them enough not to go around and fool around with everyone they meet. The bigger issue in my eyes is that the distance severely hampers your ability to show your feelings for the other person and, just as importantly, be spontaneous. And I think that spontaneity is really important in a relationship. I mean, truthfully, I think the biggest problem with my last relationship was that there was no spontaneity ever. Every single thing had to be planned, and I mean everything. That, along with the fact that our physical relationship had more or less halted, it just made it feel like the relationship wasn't going anywhere, and that it was just more restrictive than anything. And I can't really decide which it was that I fell out of love with first, my relationship or my girlfriend. But either way, it was a situation that I really did not enjoy being in. So yeah, I guess there is something to be said for everything else that it kept us together for a year and a half. But I feel like the physical aspects of a relationship can be just as important. Now, I suppose I shouldn't say all of this as if it were truth for everyone, because I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this. But I do feel more comfortable saying that if ever at any point in a relationship you find yourself feeling hopeless, you really need to reconsider things. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. I mean, I'm sure I could find other things to respond to your video with, but I don't think I could say much more without completely changing subjects. And by the time I'm changing subjects, I might as well change it to something a little happier, like the fact that we hit 100 subscribers! Hello, people! So we all owe a big thank you to Kate Matthews, who literally doubled our subscription count today. I've got to say, it made it a little nerve-wracking for me to make this video. I also want to apologize because I feel like it was not the best thing for me to be so cynical in this first video where we have so many more people watching. And on one final opportunistic note, all of our individual channels are linked on this channel below if you're watching it there. If not, you should go to our channel and check us out. We're all pretty active, so if you want to get to know us better, that's certainly an option. But yeah, other than that, Jeff, I'm looking forward to seeing your video tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Bye.